I now invite the distinguished President of Burkina Faso, His Excellency Mr. Blaise Compaoré, to take the floor.
Mr. President, distinguished council members, ladies and gentlemen, today's meeting of the Council is dealing with a major theme in light of the current challenges in non-proliferation and nuclear disarmament. Mr. President, this meeting is timely because the potential risk of the destruction of our planet is great and takes many forms. Therefore, I would like to express my appreciation to the U.S. delegation for taking this initiative of organizing this debate. Mr. President, international security means that we must eliminate all nuclear arsenals and tests. We would call for strict compliance with the NPT and non-proliferation. The devastating, irreversible effects of nuclear weapons should give us one more source of motivation. Mr. President, collective security implies respect by all of international norms, of the values of justice and equity. We also need to do some deeper thinking in the following areas: how to persuade states to give up acquiring WMDs at a time when nuclear programs are being developed and tests are being carried out by other countries. How do you conceive a civilian nuclear program without causing suspicion and mistrust? How do you prevent nuclear materials from falling into rough and irresponsible hands? Stopping the illicit trafficking of nuclear, biological, or chemical weapons by non-state actors or terrorist groups is, in fact, a credible threat for all of mankind. Therefore, it's important to pool and to intensify our efforts to provide for the effective implementation of measures taken to combat this scourge. Our collective responsibility has been engaged, of course, and we must therefore assume it fully with courage and perseverance. The mobilization of all states, of regional and sub-regional organizations, of civil society, and leaders of public opinion is vital. The just, transparent, and responsible implementation of resolutions will contribute to reducing antagonisms, tensions, and especially will help restore confidence among all nations. Similarly, a more rational use of instruments and mechanisms, such as the NPT, the CDBT, and the Disarmament Conference, all of this will help make the planet safer. Mr. President, your dedication to building a world free of nuclear threats, as well as the dynamic engaged between the USA and the Russian Federation, will help us succeed in our negotiations in terms of reducing nuclear arsenals in the two countries. Mr. President, the establishment of the IAEA met the need to save the world from the deleterious use of the atom and to benefit from nuclear energy for peaceful purposes. Now more than ever, we must invest in this. We must support the agency and make civilian nuclear energy, which every state has a right to, an effective developmental tool. This is the will that justified the adoption in 1996 of the Pelindaba Treaty, bringing in a nuclear weapons-free zone in Africa. With the energy crisis, a chance should be given to African states to have access to nuclear energy for civilian purposes. Mr. President, the question of non-proliferation and nuclear disarmament is at the heart of the issue of maintaining international peace and security. The Security Council has a particular role to play herein. Under the UN Charter, it must assume this with objectivity and effectiveness. Mr. President, well aware of the force of your convictions, your personal commitment for multilateralism, your opinions, and your courageous initiatives on disarmament, I remain convinced that you will be able to assume the necessary leadership for the implementation of the deliberations today. And along these lines, you will have Burkina Faso's full cooperation. Thank you very much.
I thank His Excellency President Compaore for his statement.